What is up, you guys? This is Frank the Tank coming at you with yet another one in the bowling category. So, as you can see here, we've got the Hustle Inc. Now, before I get to that, I just want to apologize because I'm not sure if you can recognize it, I do sound a little bit funny right now, and that's because I am nasally congested at the moment, and I've kind of got a little bit of a sore throat, but you know what? I'm Frank the Tank, damn it. I'm not going to let some sickness get in my way of doing what I do, and that is bowling. So, anyway, back to the topic at hand. We've got the Hustle Inc. here, and there are 3 things that led me into getting this ball. And here are those 3 things. Number 1, all those comments were kind of a little bit of an influence into what led me into getting this ball. The first couple of, I'm not going to lie, I have received a ton of requests to try something from Rotogrip's Hustle series, but I've been, I'm not going to lie, I've been overlooking a lot of those comments, but, the last 2 that I've gotten were almost like the final straw, and I was like, okay, you know what, fine. I'll kind of look into it, but then I ended up not looking into it. And then later on, that day when I got those final 2 comments, which you guys saw, I was watching this.
Makeable for a professional. Yes, sir! No! The messenger failed him! And Rocky has beaten Apollo Creed. And he's done it.
Hard work beats talent every time, baby.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, that was the PBA Tournament of Champions 2018, back when some guy by the name of Matt O'Grady somehow just ran through the stepladder and surprised everybody by winning it. And when I was watching that first match, I think he was going up against BJ Moore, his arsenal came up, and coincidentally, he was using the Hustle Inc. And I was like, oh, what? Well, ain't that something? So I took a very good look into what he was using, and also when it showed his arsenal and it said that he was using the Hustle Inc., I thought about those comments. So then that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to look into this and see what that ball can do. And amazingly enough, Matt O'Grady ran through that stepladder using only that Hustle Inc. He didn't even use a spare ball. He was using nothing but that Hustle Inc. He was even using it to pick up his spares too. That right there is impressive. To just use one ball that's like your strike ball and as your spare ball, respect. Although I will say I was a little bit irritated of Matt O'Grady's attitude, but in and of itself, what he did in that tournament was impressive, bar none. And then, so that was that right there, and the comments put together pretty much led me to actually looking in to the Hustle series. And then when I went online, this is number 3, by the way, I went online and I looked up the pricing for this ball, and surprisingly, it was only the average price for a Hustle Inc. was $80. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. $80? That's like the price of a plastic ball or something like that. So then that was number 3 right there. Strike 3 and you're out. So I was like, you know what? I'll get it. And so I managed to snag one for $70. Thank you very much, eBay. So yeah, the average price of this ball is $80. I snagged it for $70. Luckily, somebody listed it up to be bid on. So yeah, here we go. Those are the 3 things that led me into getting the ball. The PBA Tournament of Champions, mainly Matt O'Grady and the Hustle Inc., and then all those comments, all those requests that you guys gave me, or those of you who specifically, asked for that request of me to try something from the Hustle series. And number 3, the low pricing of this ball. And based on what I've heard is that this is a great benchmark ball and for its price. Well, as for it being a great benchmark ball, I'm not sure about that, but we're going to find that out if it really is a great benchmark ball for its price. But, the pricing, you guys definitely did not lie about that. This thing, it's only about $80. So, yeah, we're going to go to the lanes, and we're going to play a couple games with this, and we're going to see how it goes. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, and of course, how could I forget? Let's see if I can get it out again with one hand. I've been able to do this successfully before. There we go. And of course, if we take a look here before we look at it, 15 pounds as usual, top weight 2.59, so that way it's competition legal, thank God. Pin 3.5. The cover stock is Thrilled Solid Reactive. That's interesting. Its weight block is a Hustle Core. I don't know what to think of that, and of course it's 1500 grit, polished finish. Ain't that something? That's actually pretty nice. Look at that, out of the box. And man, I really hate that sound. Ah, that's torture. And anyway, yeah, there you go. That's your Hustle Inc. right there. Nothing really special, but man, that's really a torture to hear. That's a bowling ball on leather seats right there, man. But anyway, yeah, let's go get this thing drilled.
You have got to be kidding me.
Okay, everybody, there you go. That's the Hustle Inc. So, what I can say about this ball is that it's very, low on the aggression, I guess you could say. And that's what I've been told about the ball. That's what I was, told to expect. And yeah, Matt O'Grady, when he used his in the Tournament of Champions, he had his drilled pin down, CG over here, and I have mine same thing but pin up, like I usually do. And even though I did that, it didn't really do much of a difference. But that's, like I said, that's what you can expect out of this ball. It fits into like the lower mid category. So yeah, it's definitely a good ball to use if you're looking for something that pretty much goes like down and in, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, if you take a look at the this quick little clip here, this is where I stood for those 3 matches. Even though the lanes were partially used, that didn't really matter. I mean, I still had to stand on, I don't really know what board that is, but yeah, that is where I stood for those 3 matches. So that's, having said that, this is definitely like a ball that is very easy for you to use if you're that type of person that really doesn't like to play so far inside, because playing so far inside is definitely a challenge. So if you're just looking to play that part of the lane like on the right, like down and in, like like you would with your urethane, then this is definitely a ball you could definitely use and not have to worry about like completely messing up the oil on the lanes, because that's one thing that urethane does. And that's the big difference with this one, is it's not urethane, it's like, it's a regular ass bowling ball. So yeah, this is definitely a good choice for you if you're looking for something that doesn't hook so much and you just want to play down and in with it. So yeah, not bad. I guess it could serve as a pretty good benchmark ball, and for its price, I was pretty stunned about it, to be totally honest. Usually when a ball is priced so low, I usually think that, it's not going to be so great. But I would consider this one to be very underrated because of what it did for me today. But, playing that way is not really, something that I do because it's just tough for me. You guys can see some of the mistakes I made. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I figured it out, and yeah, this Hustle Inc. is definitely something good that you could use for League as well if you're that down and in kind of player. So yeah, and it definitely works for 2-handers as well, clearly, as you can see. I mean, 1-handers, you probably get the idea what it would do, and as for 2-handers, since we are, higher on the revs, that's what this thing can do. It still kind of has like that arc kind of thing, but it's not as bad as you think. So yeah, there you go. That is the Hustle Inc. for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Frank the Tank. I have more to come soon. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.